Hey, in this video, we're going to cover JSTL function tags. Alright, so we've made a good tour so far with core tags. Now we'll spend some time and we'll focus on function tags. So the function tags are basically a collection of very lightweight function routines you can use. They're divided into two main areas. One is the collection length, so you can pass it an array list or a collection or a string, and it'll give you the length of that string. Then they also have a collection of string manipulation tags. So again, very lightweight stuff like converting things to uppercase, lowercase, trimming, splitting, joining, so on and so forth. So I'll cover a small number of the tags here in this video, and then in the following video, I'll talk about splitting and joining. But again, I won't have time to cover every tag and every option, so just make use of the resources here. Look at like the JSTL Java doc and the JSTL specification for the gory details. Now, every page that uses the function tags, they must include this reference. So you give the tag lib with this URI and most commonly used prefix of fn. And again, you have to do this exactly the same for it to work. All right, so let's look at an example. And again, these function tags are very simple, very lightweight tags for doing some operations. So the first thing I do is I set up a variable, the var equals data, and the value equals love to code. And then I simply want to get the length of the string. And so I make use of that function tag and read fn:length and then data. So this would basically give me the length of the string. So in this case, the length of love to code is 8. Pretty simple, very straightforward. All right, so let's go into Eclipse and let's try this out. So I'll move into that tag demo project, move down to web content, and I'm going to create a new file here. So I simply do a right click, I say new file. Now the name of the file I'm going to create is called functiontest.jsp. And once you're happy with that name, you can go ahead and click on the finish button. All right, let me expand my window here. Let me go ahead and drop in those tag lib URIs. I have a little cheat sheet where I just copy and paste from, because I want to make sure I get those or copy those in the exact same way, because if not, I'll have problems. And I don't like problems. All right, so we have this set up. Let's go ahead and do some of our HTML housekeeping. And now let's go ahead and just set up a variable right now. So like we had in the slides, I'll set the variable data equals to the value of love to code. And now what I want to do is make use of that function tag. So I'll say length of the string, and I just drop in the same string, $ curly brace data, JSP expression language, and then I call that function. So again, I say fn:length, and then in parens, I simply pass in the variable reference here. So I pass in data that I set up on line 9. And it'll basically take that string there and give me the length of that string of love to code. And also, one thing to be aware of is that occasionally Eclipse may give you an error message. You can safely ignore it. Sometimes Eclipse has problems processing or parsing some of the JSTL tags. So in this case, you can safely ignore it. Let's just save our file, and let's go ahead and run it. So I'll do a right click, I'll choose run as, and then run on server. And I'll open up that URL, and there it is. Length of the string, love to code, is 8. So this works out really good. Just very simple example of using the JSTL function tags. Now let's go back in here and try something else or add in some more work, because that was just too simple for us almost. So let me clear out, get some white space here. Let me put in some line breaks. And what I like to do here is get the uppercase version of the string, love to code. So put the $ data in there again. And now I'll make use of that call. So I'll say $ curly brace and fn:2 uppercase. And in parens, I'll put in data. So in this example here, I'm just calling that 2 uppercase function. So fn:2 uppercase and passing in data. All right, let's go ahead and save this. Move back to our browser. Let's hit the little refresh icon here. Great, this looks good. So the uppercase version of love to code is love to code in all caps. Really, really good. So Good job with that. And again, we're just having fun here playing around with some of these JSTL functions. So let me copy line 13 again, the line breaks, put some more line breaks there. So now I want to make use of one of those functions here, starts with. So I'll kind of zoom out a little bit to give me some more room to play with. So basically what I want to do here is see if a string starts with the characters love. So I'll make use of that function, starts with, pass in data, that's the string we're testing against, with love, that's the string that we're looking for to see if it starts with. All right, so we have this function laid out here, starts with, and let's try it out. So let's save the file, move back over to our browser, click the refresh icon, and great. So here it says the string love to code starts with love. That's really good, true. So anyway, just a nice little example here of making use of some of the JSTL tags and how you can use them in your application. Good job.